Welcome to self-discoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Ignite Your Heart and Soul right here in selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy, and my wonderful guest is Susan. Susan, please pronounce your surname. I don't want to
Yeah,
do
Susan Flerchinger.
There we go, Flerchinger. I didn't want to do it a disservice. This is another wonderful author from our 262 book, which we're going to be talking about a little bit, and her contribution to the book. But I want to talk about what she wants to talk about today, which is in today's world, many of us are seeking deeper connections, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment. Through her journey from software engineer to energy healer and spiritual guide, she's discovered that we're all an integral pieces of the grand life puzzle, each with a unique purpose. And she's going to share her insights and experiences to help others experience their divine higher calling and shine through their light brilliantly, creating a world that bridges heaven and earth. Something that she just must share, that she navigated significantly life changes and breakthroughs through this journey where she learned powerful lessons from about healing growth and the true nature of existence. Sharing this knowledge is vital to inspire and guide others who are seeking their own path, helping them reconnect from purpose and step into their greatness. Well, how did this happen? How did she step from energy engineer into intuitive energy healer and the conduit of energy messages? Well, it happened when her father died, which kind of sent her into a little bit of a spiral. But that actually ended up being the opening door to her new purpose in life. I call it the cosmic redirect, where it likes to just push us off in another direction. And sometimes, it doesn't always happen in a pleasant way, but there's always a meaning behind everything, isn't there, Susan? Welcome to
Oh,
the show.
absolutely. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Just an honor to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
A delight to have you here. So, we are always meant to pivot and redirect. We're not meant to be stagnant. We're not meant to just be in one zone all our lives. It's all about discovery.
Yes.
What's next? Who are we next? Where do I go next? And it isn't chasing something, it is that discovery of what is my true meaningful purpose here. So now you're on that path of meaningful purpose. How does the engineering side of it, software engineering side of it, and the healing side of it balance out? Because I imagine that they do.
Yes. For me, as you commented, I wasn't originally on this path of
Hmm.
doing healing work. And just fabulous life, fabulous family, loved my job, my career. But sometimes we get these hard or
Cosmic two
easy
by
signs.
fours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Signs and nudges that you're meant for something bigger, something
Hmm.
greater, and you're not seeing it yet. So let's get onto it.
Hmm.
And I had to work through the difficulties with the process of my father passing and realizing that there was something bigger for me. And I always do dear God,
Yeah.
help me out here. And the
Hmm.
big question again, what legacy do you want me to leave? Truly, flew right in there of, okay, here's the direction, and just the synchronicities, the classes, the ways of helping all showed up. And so in doing healing work, there's a lot of practice
Yeah.
involved in learning. If it's not a natural thing, I think we're all gifted in all
Hmm.
different
Hmm.
ways. And but mine is more process, research, understanding, figuring out what's going to be best, fastest.
Hmm.
And that's the engineering side of me, has
Yeah.
always been, how do we get there fastest
Yes.
and best, to really catapult into what we love in our life. I'm a proponent of, positivity and
Mm.
optimism and joy, and being coming in with a smile wherever you are, which isn't necessarily what you think about as an engineer.
You're right.
But I melded those two already, and then when I saw these ways of helping people in a whole different way, in their health, in their mindset, in their joy, it was easy for me to bridge those two, because there's an analytical side, but then there's a spiritual side, and we have to invite and allow those two to mix together, and then it's just really magnificent. And when
Mm.
we talk to both, allowing what's, how we were created,
Yes.
and talk to what it is that we are here to do, and ask about it, and be in conversation with the divine, we can be taken to places that are
Mm.
absolutely extraordinary, and to love our life in the process is the goal. We are
Yes.
meant to be here in a life that we love, helping how we are meant to help, and our gifts, our ways are the ways that bridge those two together, to do what we love and create in that world that we love.
There's a couple of things that you've said there. Very often people are looking for the answers, but they're not asking the right question. And you say,
Yes.
God, what is my legacy? What is my purpose? What am I
Mhm.
really here for? In
Yes.
asking the right question, it means now you're open and willing to receive the answer. But very
Yes.
often people, are just so caught up in the whirl of it that they're really not asking the right question. And that right question, sometimes you just have to look at your life and go, okay, I should be happy, I am successful, or this, that, etc. But there
Yeah.
has to be a missing ingredient here.
Mhm.
God, what am I missing? What am I meant to do next to help fulfill this bigger picture? But we have to know what the question is, because that's our free will of asking for the download, right?
Yeah.
And when we ask for that download, that's when the epiphanies come of this is the direction. And it's again, don't dictate how it should be,
Right.
allow. And with your
Mhm.
expertise in structure and organization, you can take that download and organize it in a way that it is logically applicable.
Yes. And where I can speak to it,
Mm.
to others, and how I operate in a pretty, layman's terms, sensible way.
Yes, yes, yes.
That that applicable
That's
part is,
tangible, that tangible. Like,
yes,
I see it, I feel it. You're talking in a way that I can apply. You're not talking up there where, what the hell are you talking about?
right. And how
Right?
can I possibly even think
Yeah.
differently?
Yes.
Um, the one thing that I do, uh, every day, since I've been doing this work, it's been 16, 17 years now,
Hmm.
is I've learned to ask a question.
Hmm.
And this is a different form of a question, but a question that leads to what I want to have in that day. How can I have more joy today?
Yeah.
How can I have more fun today? How can I be of best service to my clients?
Hmm.
And I start out my day with something like that focuses on how I want life to show up for me
Yeah.
today. And it's always way better than what I even, put out
Right.
there. I mean, what I expect in my head, it really is always smaller than
Yes.
what
Yes.
the possibility and the
Yeah.
grandeur of what we can do, and whose heart we can touch, how we can
Mm.
change our own hearts.
Mm.
And one of my big questions is, dear God, what magnificence can we create
Mm.
today?
Hmm.
Because that's the way I think, is what can we do to make life even more amazing for who I get to be in contact with.
Yeah.
And that just
And you're
spreads
not
that just
dictating
spreads
from
through.
that, right? You're just saying, I'm
No.
open to receive, I allow Take me down the path
Yes.
I'm meant to go today. And I always
Yes.
say, like, waking up with gratitude. Like last night, my daughter and two babies stayed over. And so I have the little one in my room. He's 15 months old. And he's inclined to get up very early. So this morning at 5:10, I'm feeding him a bottle and then, just have him snuggle up next to me. And although I didn't go back to sleep and had very little sleep last night, I'm looking at this divine little creature next to me. It and it's just like, I don't care if I'm not sleeping or not. Look what I've got here. Look at this precious gift here. And he has
Mhm.
Down syndrome, and yes, all right, he's going to have challenges and he's not going to develop the same way. But I do feel that many of our children that are coming in differently abled, gifted, that are here to show us a different path. And I think with him, the path is be present. Okay, I'm upset one moment, the upset's gone. Now I'm back to joy. Don't carry it with you. And I think if that's one lesson they teach us, it's a big one.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, and it's the adults that,
Yeah,
kids, it's so natural,
yeah.
and adults, it's just been maybe pushed out of our way of thinking.
Mm,
And so, I mean, that's just a perfect example of we get to choose.
hmm.
We get to choose the feel and the direction of our day just by saying that,
Yeah.
today I'm going to have a great day.
Yes.
Today I choose to love my life.
Yes.
It's all in that choice. And one interesting thing that you noted was that sort of that engineering-ish
Hmm.
thing and the question thing. Um, I did have to, or I was allowed to open up
Hmm.
to receive differently, but that engineering way of my thinking,
Yes.
where stuff comes in, and I get to choose what to do with, okay, oh, these things connect together and these things connect together, and that's just going to make an ease and flow
Yeah.
that wasn't there before.
Right.
And I get to receive clarity that will say, oh, this thing isn't flowing well in your life, and oh, your heart's hurting a little more. how
Mm.
can we how can we change that up so that you have a bright heart instead of a heavy heart?
Yeah.
And so part of that way that I have been built is to be able to receive that information, that clarity, that divine clarity,
Hmm.
that not and everyone could do it, but
Yes.
I just have practiced it more and have been really open to receiving it and
Hmm.
then utilizing the information I receive, because we got to take action on
Yes.
what we receive. Or it's like, oh, I guess that wasn't very useful, don't be sending me that anymore. Just like you
Right.
were saying, the gratitudes, acknowledging it and saying it, because it's a thing that changes the whole energy of what's going on. And we each have something to contribute
Yes, we do.
that is part of our bigger picture.
Hmm.
And I'm fortunate enough to be able to help receive that information if people can't automatically receive it themselves, and receive the things that really are, as you say, the downloads that really are, here's the things that are going to make the best difference and support and impact for people. So do that.
Well, I mean, software engineering, there is a rhythm and a flow to it. Right?
Yes.
All right. And
Yeah.
life is a rhythm and a flow. The blood and the oxygen and the fiber optics in our body must constantly be in flow. When they stagnate, that's when we get dis-ease. Right. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
understanding the fluidity of how to take this energy and make sure that it's working for you, that it's helping you
Mhm.
step into your meaningful purpose of service, because that we're all here to be of service to one another.
Yep.
What is your instrument? How do you learn to play it? Who do you play it for? Can you join the orchestra of life and play harmoniously together? Those are the beautiful discoveries along the way. But when you
Yes.
understand the rhythm and the flow and you get
Mhm.
into that, then things just become so much easier, don't they?
Yes. It's funny that part of that flow and connection is, I've got an electrical engineering
Mm.
background, and it's really the electrical
Yes.
connection. We're all, electrically created.
Yes. Yes.
And so, some of the things that I look at right away when there's disharmony going on is, where is the electrical flow
Mm.
um, kind of, disturbed or broken or stagnant.
Yeah.
And I
Which
start with
wire
the
is loose?
yes, and I start with the heart,
Right. Yes.
because that is where our connection, our
Mm.
communication with, inwardly and
Mm.
outwardly, divinely, that's where that all comes together. And
Hmm.
so that's where I start when I'm helping myself or anybody else, is that electrical flow. And then it's like the software part is, what are the programs that are running through your
Yeah.
head that have been created from, all stages of your life. And and there's some of them that really aren't yours. They
Yeah.
were, they were impressed upon you from
Hmm.
events in your life, from other people in your life, from
Even
just
ancestral, right? Traveling in
yes.
your DNA. Hmm.
Yes. And so it's just kind of looking at that and seeing, is this serving what the bigger purpose is that I
Hmm.
am meant for, and my best health in life.
Yeah.
And just noticing, being able to notice that and say, okay, you know what, that programming, that's not serving you anymore. Let's let that one go, and put it, what else we want to put in its place.
Yeah.
And so it's actually very synergistic, that
Hmm.
software and engineering work with what I'm doing
Hmm.
now. It's just pulling in different resources of insight and understanding, and pulling in that divine part to help that be created even better.
It's actually interesting because, I've actually interviewed quite a number of people who went from engineering to spirituality, and they said that there
Oh,
was such a rationale to it, right?
yes.
But, the
Yes.
important thing for people to understand, our soul intellect is the compass, it's the divine compass, it's the wisdom. It cannot help the heart if the heart is shattered, broken, or shut down. So
Yes.
you
Hmm.
have to get to the heart and reignite it. Give it,
Yes.
the CPR, get
Yes.
it pumping again, because then it can receive the wisdom.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, just we were talking about that heart connection piece.
Hmm.
It's not just physical, but
Hmm.
it's emotional, it's
Yes.
mental, it has all of the components that get to be addressed and understood, so that the heart truly is shining through, and shining you through, because we want to be there as quick as we can,
Yeah.
so that you can be shining the amazingness of what you get to do in this world, get how
Hmm.
you get to serve and contribute, and all of those pieces. And I don't want to downplay, people's traumas or their
Right.
emotional states, but we also get to acknowledge that those are there, and decide, how do we want to move differently moving forward, so that I can be the best version of who I want to be, and make the biggest impact and joy and love in this world.
Yeah.
And it's a choice to get there, and to change up what's going on in this
Yeah.
being of ours, and choosing to have it be great.
All of the traumas that we go through, and admittedly, some of them, what some people go through are just horrific. And,
Exactly.
and,
Yes.
and, the courage and the strength to go through it and come out the other side is exemplary. But that's the
Mhm.
point. It's there to
Mhm.
show us our strength, our courage, our abilities. It's there to
Yes.
show us where we're really meant to go. It's not there to wound us and cripple us or make us a
Right.
perpetual the victim. And so
Right.
it's, yes, you're traumatized by what happened to you, but now change it to what happened for you.
For you.
What are you
Mhm.
meant to discover from it? And when you give yourself permission to discover and understand that strength and that courage and those abilities you never knew you had, and you step into
Mhm.
them, you look back and go, oh my God, I've been selling myself short for so long.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love that, Sarah, because we we get to look at our situations differently
Yes.
that way. And we get to say, okay, yeah, life is for me. Life is meant to be what I'm here to be, and it's going to contribute to it. And if there's some understanding and learning that is going to help me along the way to learn what really are my core
Hmm.
brilliances and my core ways of being that I want to keep shining through.
Yeah.
And yeah, these difficult situations are yeah, I meant there as yeah, our lessons and our
Yes.
learnings
Yes.
for how to move forward in the best way.
Yeah.
So I
I think it's the
just
human
beautiful.
condition to hold on to it. We kind of want permission. We want validation. We want to know it was wrong what happened to you. Yes, it was wrong what happened to you, right? We're
Hmm.
not giving um, any validation to the person who hurt you. They have their own accountability, their own responsibility. But what's
Hmm.
your responsibility to yourself? Not only to yourself, but to your entire aura of what you're sending out to everyone else, because misery does love company. And you're going to attract more misery and more trauma, and you're going to get into this whirlpool that keeps going around and around and around. But if you choose, I'm tired of this and I want a little joy in my life. I want a little meaning in my life. I want this to count for something. Then you start attracting those other people that have had that triumph, have managed to leave that past behind, and they redefine themselves because of it. And then it becomes so exciting.
Yes.
Inspiration becomes invitation, right? So let others' inspiration invite you to step up. But it is a choice. It does require participation on our side,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Nothing just happens, yes, download. The download is for you, as I say, to listen, learn, and apply,
Apply.
right?
Yes. One of the key takeaways from what you just said is the actions that you take especially when you are feeling hurt or traumatized or whatever, is to not stay in that.
Hmm.
And the way I found to not stay in that, and this is what I have my clients do, is you don't have to go to that person, but in
Hmm.
your mind, I forgive you,
Yeah.
I bless you, I set us free. And that
Yeah.
can be towards yourself as well as the other
Yes.
person.
Yes.
So whatever's going on, I forgive what happened. And because forgiveness is really okay. Yeah, you don't have to have liked what happened, you don't have to condone what have happened, but you need to be free from the impact of that. So you
Yes.
forgive yourself to be free of that. And so it's not holding
Mm.
a tight hold on anymore. And a bless you is really,
Hmm.
you want to bring blessings to all involved, because
Yeah.
that's what life is. We want people to be in that state of I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. And then the setting free is letting, the divine God and the angels, the Holy Spirit to come in and clean things up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I
And
mean,
so
it doesn't mean you're condoning what somebody did to you, but
right,
you're setting your self free from the hold of it. What they did to
exactly.
you, that's their ownness. That's their journey.
That's them.
That
Yeah,
right? Don't
exactly.
take on their journey as well. And
Mhm.
the other thing came to my mind. Come on, come back, come back, come back. You know how it goes. Um, the other thing is when we actually forgive ourselves, and the thing is, we do things based on what we know in the moment, based on how society has treated each other. We've grown up with that. And then suddenly we come to that epiphany and we step back and we look at it. My God, I did that. I
Yes.
reacted that way. I said those
Mhm.
things. And I'm looking at this person and saying, how dare you do that to that person? But at one point, I was doing that because I didn't know better. But once you
Right.
know better, then you have no excuse. This is the time to go,
Mhm.
not beat yourself up for what you didn't know and what you did at that time. Knowing
Mhm.
better now is forgive yourself your ignorance and in your wisdom, go and do better moving forward.
Right. Right. Oh, yeah. Love that. I mean, you speak just the way that I operate. Um, oh, totally lost what I was going to say too. Oh my heavens. Um,
We've gone off on a tangent then over there, but
well,
we
part
can
part
we
of
can do that. We can do that with energy though, right? Tapping into the right
yes,
energy will help us on that forward journey.
yes, and noticing. Noticing when you're going about in your day.
Mm,
You go you're walking in a store and it's like, oh, there's something doesn't feel good about that.
mm,
Or you're listening to the weather, the news, the things that put out energy
mm,
of that isn't a good feeling to you, and it's, maybe not even truthful, maybe not,
mm.
it's just stirs the pot kind of a thing.
Yes.
And being aware of where you are with respect to that, and are you inviting that in and
Mm-hmm.
allowing it to take space in your
Mm-hmm.
mind, in your heart. Truly, in seconds can change how you're feeling, and then
Yeah.
what you're putting out
Uh-huh.
energetically. Are you putting out joy
Mm.
because everything that you just heard? Are you can be compassionate but not be in the anger and
Yeah.
grudge
Reactive.
and
Mm-hmm.
hurt and
Mm,
reactive.
mm-hmm.
So you get to choose how you respond to our connected energy of everything. And it's changing your mindset. It's like, okay, you know what, that doesn't feel good where I'm in, so all right, what do I need to know from that? And I'm choosing this, and I'm actually just letting go of all of that
Yeah.
stuff that's spewing out, that chaos, that
Yeah.
disruption, that's just spewing out, and choosing, I'm not, I'm not taking this on. This isn't mine to
Yes.
take on.
Don't
and
take it
and
personally.
and don't take it
Right. Yeah.
personally, because
Mm-hmm.
that's when you
Mm-hmm.
pull it in. When
Yeah.
you take it personally, you pull it in, and then you have to do something about it, and you've got to figure out how to get out of it and
Mm-hmm.
change it. And but if you can just say, oh, this isn't mine, this isn't even mine to even deal with. I'm not responsible for that. I'm not responsible for their choices, their whatever. But you get to choose the environment that you want to be in, where you want to spend your time, your
Mm-hmm.
energy, your what you listen to, what you read, how you converse with people. That's all choice. I
Yes.
mean, that's all choice every day. So you can set up your energy and your inside and out to be just what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, yeah, again, that's your will and your choice.
It's
So
tapping
we
into the right energy. Like social media is an algorithm. So what you respond to is what's going to be continue to give to you, right? So,
right.
what you respond to, make sure that there's always a solution or upbeat or support. Don't go down that other rabbit hole. But that's
Right.
feeding the right energy. But that's the same thing. If you
Yes.
go for a walk in nature, go near the ocean, the conduit of the water, the wind clearing things away, being around children laughing and puppy dogs chasing a stick, that kind of energy is so fortifying. So
Right.
very often we find ourselves getting drained. My energy is getting drained by just everything around me. How do I switch it off?
hmm
Go where the energy is pure.
Right. And do the activities that bring out that pureness.
Yes.
For me, I know for my kids, it's being near the water
Mm-hmm.
is a thing. And in the mountains, in the
Yes.
Pacific Northwest here, there's our, outside environment is very inviting to, again, ground and just get that flow that's a beautifully connected flow that you can feel it. And so, yeah, putting yourself in those environments, even if you just visualize it,
Yeah.
can reset what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing, we all need exercise
Yeah.
to to clear out, what's been going on with the day. And
Keep
we
things
need
in
we need
flow again, right? Not so
yeah,
it
we
doesn't get
need
stagnant. Mm-hmm.
decent sleep,
Yeah.
decent, music, things that
Mm-hmm.
uplift you when if you're feeling kind of low. So what kind of your routines are that truly do support you, focus on those throughout
Yeah.
your day. Instead of just, again, being in a place where you have to react. You can
Yeah.
set up your day to be your best. My what I was talking about earlier was my morning piece before I even get out of bed is, dear God, what magnificence can we create today?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I can create something together
Mm-hmm.
with the divine that is even better than what I would have thought to have and do in that day. And that's it's a mindset shift
Yeah.
to know that we have a choice to do bigger and better and feel bigger and better and every second, really.
Mm,
But if you start your day out there knowing that, wow, I can't wait to see what we create
yeah.
today. It changes the whole day of how your day is. And then, even those the difficulties that happen in our world and the chaos, it's like your head in the sand, but it's focusing on a different thing to happen
Yes.
than what's being put out
Feeding
there.
different
And
positive energies. Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely. But there's there's another thing about that, what is the magnificence for today or what you have in store for me today. Don't measure or compare. Today, you
Right.
might just be the triangle in the orchestra. Tomorrow, you might be a soloist. Every
Right.
single thing counts. So if you didn't
Mhm.
achieve as much today as you did a couple of days ago, don't feel, oh, I failed or I've let things down. That was all I
Right.
was meant to achieve today, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's not putting any judgment on what that
Mm,
level is.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be grandiose to be
Hmm.
magnificent. It can be, my heart was full of joy all day today. That is absolutely a magnificent way to feel.
Yes. Because
And
look at the
oh,
pulsating of that joy that goes out to
yes,
everybody in your vicinity,
it
right?
ripples, it
You're,
ripples
yeah.
all the way through.
Hmm. You're feeding
Yeah,
people with that joy. They don't know why. Suddenly they've walked past you and they don't know, oh, I
right.
feel a little joy in my heart. They start seeing things that they haven't seen before because suddenly
Yeah.
you've opened up that aura in them where they're ready to receive. And,
Yes.
we don't have to do a lot to have a big impact, right?
We do
It's not
not.
all about, Mount Everest every time. It is about simple kindness sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. Choosing, for the holiday weekend, it's just, we had friends over and it was just choosing to say, I want to celebrate this time with these people in my life and with my husband, and just saying, what's this simple, I'm just so grateful to be able to just be together and just celebrate our friendship. And it
It's
and
a
it
gift
just
in itself, isn't it?
it's a gift in itself, and it
Yes.
just expanded just the joy of and the fun and that we had together. And for me, I like to, it's like, oh, can we play, let's play a game out here, or let's,
Yeah.
let's just go, boat across the lake and
Yeah.
just take in the beauty of everything that's going on.
Lots of good
Because like you said,
vibrations going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does, it can be so simple, it can be
Mm.
just a simple a thought.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be hard and it
Mm.
doesn't have to be huge to make, again, a grandiose and magnificent way of living.
And
So
that's the
it's
thing is, we're again kind of comparing and measuring, well, that person's doing that, so I need to be up there. No, you don't. You are a
mm-mm,
different instrument. You play
yes.
that instrument from your heart, from your soul, from your spirit free. And that
Mhm.
music that you play will resonate with the people that are ready to hear what you have to play or say, right? It's not
Yes.
going to probably hit everybody. It's going to hit the people
Mhm.
that are ready to receive it, right? But it's
Yes.
got to come from the heart. It's got to come from the whole. It's got to be spirited because then it really
Mhm.
is pure and it really does have an effect.
Yes. I was the instrument, as you were saying, I was working with a coach not too long ago, and she said, your instrument, you are a voice for the angels.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I had never thought about it that way, and it's like, yes, because I have opened myself
Yeah.
to receive um their guidance and the messages that they want to share, and I'm giving that a voice
Hmm.
to my clients, to the people I get to be around, to myself,
Hmm.
because we have just these amazing, beautiful, pure resources of love that have been created for us, and allowed for, us humanness to be connected to, and we don't always know that,
Yeah.
and we don't always believe it, and don't realize that we have to ask for
Yeah.
their help. They can't, angels can't
That's the free
intervene.
will. That's the permission,
Right.
right? Hmm.
Yeah. they can't support us if we don't ask them for their support.
Hmm.
And so one of those gifts that I've been allowed to experience and flourish is that connection with the angels.
Hmm.
Because when I work with somebody, it's like, okay, I'm hurt here, and I'm going on this trip, and my knee is in pain. I'm going to be walking a whole lot. I mean, this just happened in the last month, and so it's like, okay, first of all, let's hire some travel angels for you,
Hmm.
because this is a big trip. It's a once in a lifetime thing,
Hmm.
and you want to be in the best position to experience that. And so, oh my gosh, and I've done this myself, and I just know the fabulousness of it. But we hired those angels. We got their names. We got them in our pool to help us, and literally things couldn't have gone better. And then we said, okay, how do we help your knee? So we're talking to I'm talking with them to her knee, saying,
Hmm.
okay, what is it that's holding you up? And it's like, oh, okay, I've got a little scar tissue in this, around my knee. And it's like, okay, well, let's just soften that up and let
Yeah.
that go smooth, so you don't have, that pull in your
Mm.
gait anymore. And it just allowing that those intentions and those requests and that support to help us, by asking and talking to ourselves, talking to the angels, talking to our bodies.
Our
It
bodies
changes everything.
desperately want that language. They desperately want to be spoke to. It's saying, I'm in
Yes.
pain, I'm in pain. Anybody hear me? And so when you have got, okay, I see you pain, I hear you pain. What
Mm-hmm.
can we do with you pain, right? How can we relieve this? And it is just like we as human beings want to be acknowledged and seen and heard, so
Mm-hmm.
does our body,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's the premise of all of the way that I do energy healing, is that whole premise
Yeah.
of we can talk to all of these parts, and in a loving, kind way. I mean, they're part of you,
Yeah.
right? So
This is
treat
the
them
vessel
treat
we're
them
in on this trip.
kindly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I want
Exactly.
I want you to feel the best that you can. What do you want to tell me?
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, our bodies know everything about us. They
Hmm.
know, oh man, I had that experience when I was 10, and I'm still embarrassed about it. I know that teacher's name that we had this thing. And so it's like,
A trapped
okay, yeah,
emotion. Yeah.
it's
Yes.
exactly. So let's just, forgive it, bless
Yeah.
it, set it free, and then do whatever we need to let that trapped trapped
Yes.
emotion that's stuck, it's like a ball in there, you
Yeah.
you know it, to be free, so that it's not taken up. I mean, it literally is palpable physical
Hmm.
space that it's taking up. And so the ways to let that be free, so that you really can move forward and not have that holding you up anymore. That's the key, addressing whatever those things are.
The dis-ease of your body, right, is
Mhm.
because it's not in fluidity. It's not
Correct.
in flow. Energy has to flow. And if it
Low.
runs across a blockage of an old emotion, an old pattern that is wounded, it's blocking the energy from coming through it. So then you
Yes.
do need to get to the root cause of it. Hello,
Right.
injury. How long ago did this happen?
Happen.
Why haven't you released yourself? What's holding you back? Because
Yes.
every single part of us has an intelligence, every single thing.
Yes, every organ,
Yeah.
every cell, everything, all the stuff outside of
Yeah.
you, has it all has something that can be discussed and supported.
Yes. We've just got to listen. And we're so busy listening to the outside world, we're not listening to the inside world. And this is where we need
Mhm.
someone like you who's already opened the channels. You've already know your angels. You know who to call on to do what, to help people break through the barriers, allow their
Mhm.
energy to break through, but also to ignite their own heart and soul and their own source of wisdom, be it an
Yeah.
energy, be it an entity or whatever it is, but that source of wisdom to come through. But they can't let it enter them when there's so much woundedness That is it,
Right.
and all the emotion that we go through that's trapped will always manifest in the body.
Oh, yep. Somewhere,
Yeah.
and we all have our places that seem to be our weak spots,
Hmm.
and they'll show up there. So yeah, we need to talk to them and let them be heard and acknowledged and forgiven and blessed and freed, just like with a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah.
And and
And
that's
you know,
yeah,
it's
that
like,
is absolutely key.
manifestation is going, it is like kind of manifesting, and it's not like dictating, I want this, I want that, and it's got to be this way. No, it's saying
Right. Mhm.
it is, this is how I want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
What will make me feel like
Hmm.
this? Right?
Yes.
And then get out of the way and pay attention.
Right, because you're getting all the sources of
Mm.
insight and information, and it's like, oh, I really just needed a little more protein today to have things flow well.
Hmm.
I've got to deal with that person that I have a conflict with at work, and however you're going to do that, just that's what your everything's saying needs to be done.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, listening and being
Paying attention.
aware.
Yeah.
Hmm. And
Awareness
taking
is such a
action.
big one. It's such a big one because we're spoken to all the time. We're never alone. We're always supported. But as again, so many times we're looking for the outside, to be
Right.
aware where it all comes from the inside. And when you channel and you ignite everything from the inside, the outside will match that energy. And you
Yes.
already know your answer, but we have to get there. And that means we've got to undo the past. We have to let go of things. We've got to change our perspective and how we dialogue with ourselves, how we dialogue with
Hmm.
life. Because again, if the heart is broken in any form, shape, or way, then our divine spirit can't speak. It needs to have that heart open up in order to receive. So there we need to do that work. And so many people are going, but yeah, I want a quick fix, downloadable app,
Right.
done in 7 days and this and that,
Mhm.
etc. And it's like, it may take you a week, it may take you 6 months. It depends what you've got to undo. It depends how much you participate.
Right.
It depends on the root and the
Yeah.
depth of it. It is not
Yeah.
dictating again. I want this done by 5 o'clock. It's
Right.
about allowing and the discovery of self along the way because you're trapped
Hmm.
in there somewhere,
Oh,
right?
right. Right. But you have to be able to, you have to choose to take that action of,
Mm,
I'm going to have that dialogue. I'm
yeah.
going to listen. I'm going to acknowledge. There's a process, a framework that I've created with my business partner Pauline, is about that. We call it
Mm,
SOAR.
hmm.
It's surrender, open, ask, receive, respond.
Mm,
And so, part of it is there's so much stuff that we are not meant to have to deal with.
hmm.
We're not meant to be in worry. We're
Yeah.
not meant to be this is going on with this other person, and how can I fix that for them?
Mm,
Or well, I guess I better just take that on for them,
hmm.
or and whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we don't have to manage,
Yeah.
because God's up there and saying, yeah, that's hand that over to me. And
And that's
so,
also their journey. You
yes.
could in
Yep.
when you are abundant within yourself, enriched and abundant in yourself, how you help them is being that beacon of light, being that positive
Right.
energy. That will then
Yes.
penetrate through those cracks. And you are there
Right.
to help them in that way. But if we take it on, all we're doing is cracking ourselves up even more.
Yeah, and we crack both of us up.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
not in a fun
Yeah.
way,
Right.
not in a way we're
Right.
laughing. So,
But then, just as you said, but then we can be open and we can
yeah,
ask. I want to be open to receive the blessings, receive the awarenesses, receive the synchronicities,
yeah,
receive the miracles.
yeah,
And so we get to choose that. And again, that question that's asking, it doesn't have to be out of, you know,
yeah,
how do I just manage through this life? It can be a, how do I create this life that I love today? How do I just, you know feel great when I walk?
Mm.
How do I have joy in my heart today so that I can, do the little or big things that I want to do?
How do I see
And
the
then
small things?
yes, yes.
Because we're looking for
And
the
so,
big grandiosa to make you happy. No, the small things. Those are the
hmm
ones that will ignite that smile, have the heart
yeah,
smile, right? Lift you
what, yeah,
up. Mm.
yeah. What in me, what in me
Mm.
needs is it knows the answer of
Yeah,
why I can't smile today,
yeah,
and
yeah.
let me give that some love.
Hmm.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Children and
and
puppy dogs and nature will always make you smile. And if it doesn't, then woo, we need some chiseling there to get through to the root cause. And a lot of
yes.
people are shut down. We are seeing more and more people commit suicide, more and more people turning to, addiction in some form or other, trying to escape. And, always say it's resistance is futile. You cannot escape yourself, right? We have to face because that's the only way to heal, the only way to triumph, the only way to become is to face whatever those demons are that are inside or you feel that are chasing
Mhm.
you. But half the time, people just don't realize there's help, or they don't realize
Right,
that it does require you to say, "Please, God, help me. Send me the right person to help me up."
right.
That it's again asking the right question. It's
Hmm.
giving that permission. And if you're just kind of in the pain and the doom and the gloom of it, then you're not looking to the solution. And the solution is right there. It's just
Right,
asking that right question. Can you help me,
right,
God? I'm willing and ready to receive.
right, right. I don't know how. I don't know what
Mm,
that's going to look like, but just I'm willing, yeah, and ready to
mm.
have this be different, and I need help. Yeah, I can't do this on my own,
No,
and
not
we're
meant
not
to
meant to do it
either.
on our own.
We're not
Nope,
meant to.
we
Right.
are not meant to.
No, no,
And we have
definitely not.
so much support, internally and externally, that there's nothing that can, that really is nothing that can stop us from moving forward in the way that we want to,
And
and really, oh, sorry.
your instrument may not be somebody's cup of tea, so that's okay
Oh,
because
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
you're going to resonate with people that hear your instrument. And I'm going to come to the book now, the Mission Accepted 262, which is
Hmm.
262 women. You're in here, I'm in here,
Hmm.
and where we contributed, just some thought, some wisdom, some love, and that's the thing is that when you kind of go through a book like this and you read these pages from the people, there's going to be somebody who goes, oh, I resonate there. And that's
Yes.
what it's about. There's a reason why I do these shows. Are you going to listen to all 3,700 shows? No. Well, it'd be nice if you did, but at the same time, you're going to hear that show that you're ready to listen to,
Yes.
right? And so, A,
Hmm.
you've got to be ready. B, you've got to be willing to be open to receive. And then if
Hmm.
God help me, God will bring you that right podcast, that right book, that right chapter that's there to
Hmm.
answer you. So what you have to
Yes.
do again is get out of the conditioning of the way you think you're going to receive it and what you're going to do with it, and just be open in order to receive it.
Yes. 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 Beautiful. And
No,
it's the thing I always love is like, oh, I needed that today. And I can do that.
yeah,
It's just that simple kind of switch that said, that one little thing that you pick out. They have the two words in this book. It's got the two words in
yes,
the corners.
yes. Yours
It's
is
just the
shine
it
brightly. I love
shine brightly.
it.
So it's what you want to leave people with that lets them, say, oh, yes, I want to do that today. Yeah, I want to feel that today. And just that this book is all about. It's just, a
Yeah,
word, a two, a resonance, just, oh, yes, this is what I get to think differently about today.
yeah.
Uh,
On that note, I'm just going to read just a couple of lines here
okay.
because I obviously want people to get the book and read it for themselves. But deep down, you know that you are destined for something greater. You're not alone. You are made to soar. Every woman has a unique divine call, leading to a life of purpose, fulfillment, joy, and positive impact. Embracing it always allows you to take charge of your life, to grow, thrive, inspire, and become the best self. In community, we elevate each other, amplify our impact and potential. You can unlock your extraordinary life by tapping into your divine within yourself. Imagine navigating challenges that are unwaveringly support, clarity, and insight while making decisions aligned with your authentic self. My journey took a dramatic shift when I experienced a deep personal connection to the divine on that hilltop in Italy, sparkling a mission to bring healing to the earth and humanity. This is the thing. How do we receive the spark? We don't get the spark unless we're seeking, right? We need to
Yes. Yeah.
seek. And when you
Mm-hmm.
seeked it, you went up on that mountaintop to have a journey. It's not like, okay, what are you going to give me? It's like on
No,
that journey, but
it's like,
being open,
wow.
you were inspired to open up to receive.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I've received a big more than I could ever have imagined. And you feel, when you have
Yeah,
that divine
yeah.
connection that
Aha.
happens, and it fills and tingles your whole body. And
Yes.
it doesn't have to be up on that hilltop. For me,
Yeah.
that was, being on a hilltop in Italy. There was two places that happened, and it was like, because it felt like heaven on earth.
Hmm.
And I was ready, and I had asked,
Yeah.
show me. And it just showed up amazingly.
Yeah.
And it did spark everything.
Right. And set you on the right path. Great.
Hmm.
Using, and this is the thing, if I say to people, whatever you've done before is not a waste of time. Those are the
Right,
tools and
right.
skills that now you reapply in a different way, and you realize the advantageousness of that journey. Oh, I wasted 30 years in corporate. No, no. You've taken your
Oh.
corporate knowledge and redefined it into the gift that you are now. And it's just
Hmm.
given structure to this wonderful gift in a way that you can help people. So nothing is ever a waste of knowledge. It's just a
No.
reapplication.
Correct, correct. And it stems from knowing that inherent belief that you matter, that
Hmm.
you are valuable, you have an importance in life. And that even speaks to the people that are taking their life. They don't believe, for some whatever reason, that the importance and the value that
Yes.
they are, and that they really are a reflection of love.
Hmm.
And so, however you can spark that
Hmm.
in yourself, and remind yourself that you are here for a purpose. And anything the stuff that's in the way can be moved out of the way.
Exactly.
It's just you
Dynamited or gently erased.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all your life experiences create your
Mm,
attitudes, your character, your way of being and doing, but it's not cast in stone
no.
forever.
Right. That's the
So
fluidity again. Keep
that's the
moving.
flu.
Yeah.
Yes. And so use all those
Yeah.
experiences, and then choose to forgive the things that aren't working for you. Bless them, set them free, and say, "Oh, I need help here.
Yeah.
I need help here." And, "Oh, body, what's going on here that we're not feeling good, and we're not reflecting that joy and that happiness." It's just having that interaction, that conversation, and again, asking and being in that support that we have, especially divinely.
Yes. And you even if you go, I don't know where to go to kind of get my epiphany. Well, go think back to your childhood. What was the kind of the one thing that you did that you loved to do? Was it out riding your bike? Was it playing by the river? Was it being at the beach? What was that happy thing? And take yourself there, right?
Yes.
Because that means you're more willing to open up to receive. And because you're
Mm-hmm.
in a happy memory, you're in a happy place. And that
Yes.
helps you. For me, kind of
Oh,
being
perfect.
actually in water or around trees, trees have lovely conversations, but actually
Yes.
immersed in water, I can just
Mm-hmm.
feel the support and a whole portal is completely opened up. It's just wonderful. And
Yes.
it's just the willingness to say, I don't know where, but the willingness, please show me. Don't go, I don't know where,
Mhm.
full stop. I don't
Right.
know where, so could you please show me? Can you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's, oh, and don't think it's just going to come along like a downloadable app or a tweet. It's going to
Right.
come in a sense of a feeling. So that means you have
Right.
to open your heart to feel what it is you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it all
Yeah.
goes back to that open heart, doesn't it?
Yeah. And showing me what's the
Yeah.
next best step? Doesn't
Hmm.
have to be what's going to happen 5 years from
You're
now,
right. Yes.
and make that, but what's the next best step to move me forward in that love and that joy that I am.
And you get 5 years forward and you have a pause and you kind of look, am I having an impact? Am I on the right path? And then you turn around and look at how far you've come and how
Yes.
much you've achieved. And you go, thank you. Thank you. I just
Yes.
needed to be reminded of that. Now I can put
Right.
myself in gear and go forward to the next 5 years.
Right. Right. And one piece of that is celebrating each
Mm,
day,
yes.
something looking back on your day and
Mm,
just celebrating, I did that, or I did that with this person, and this happened, and just celebrate those smallest of things totally recharges and
yeah.
energizes your whole way of moving forward and all of your insides, and oh my gosh, just acknowledging that
Hmm.
and saying out loud even better.
Yeah.
It just
It's
let me
self-validation
do
that
that.
you're on the right path. It's got nothing to do with
Yes,
ego. It's got to do with
exactly.
thank you. I'm actually
Thank
living my
you.
purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to spend, this whole day with my kids. That
Mm,
just thrills me and lifts me up. And I, see a picture of a memory of something you were doing
mm,
together. If, I have on my computer, I have
yeah.
those memories. I have them pop up scroll through every day, and it just makes me smile.
Yes. Yes.
And so those, just you were saying, just imagining that,
Mm,
but having something that triggers that,
hmm.
and so that you can sit in that joy, and I can create and do so much more
Hmm.
when I've seen that, and it makes you say, oh, remember this, kids, what a great time this was, and it just changes
Hmm.
everything inside to come from joy.
Yeah.
And you can create then. I'm a painter.
Hmm.
I do a lot of crafting kind of things, and that is as uplifting as
Hmm.
being in some of those environments, the trees and
Yes.
just wherever, is just doing
It's your soul
something that
expression, right?
opens you
Mm,
up.
mm,
And so just taking
yeah.
each day to do that, but celebrating is and giving gratitude for those are practices that truly are life changing.
Yeah. Now I see there's other books around behind you. Are these other ones you've contributed?
Yes. So the Art of Connection, they're it's called Art of Connection, and it's 365 days of. So one of them was gratitudes for
Mm,
entrepreneurs, influencers, and the other one is 365 days of inspirational quotes.
mm,
So I've contributed to in both of those books. Again, the mission accepted, the in there, but the original one that I wrote, and this was one I would never have a claim to be an author or
hmm.
anything like that. But in 2014, I basically got an angel nudge that says, I need you to write this book. And it's like, well, what? What? What are you talking about? And it's like, okay, well, we'll line up everything and figure it out. You need to write a book for children so
Yeah.
that they know that angels are real and
Hmm.
they need to be asked about. We have guardian angels that are always with us. And so
And don't let
so
anybody
that's a
shut the
children's
door
book.
on it, right?
Right,
Yes, because
right,
so many adults come along and shut the door on that. And then it's like, no, leave the
right.
door open and the angels will guide them throughout their life.
Right, right. And it was just what we talked about earlier,
Mm,
please help me.
hmm.
So I just wrote this. It's a interactive kind of children's book. You can, your parents can read it to you as early as you want, to say, please help me feel healthy today. Please help me be
Mm,
strong. Please help me be happy. And thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, angels, for helping me. So it's a please and thank
Yeah.
you dialogue that you can read yourself. And then there's a little part in the bottom, what made you happy today?
Mm,
So it lets you have that conversation
hmm.
then with someone else in your home, that you can, again, it's a celebration of when you noticed and were aware of these good reflections that happened. And
Yeah.
so it just really sets it up for, again, for calling in and getting support from our amazing angels,
Hmm.
and to be able to celebrate the good things that are coming your way, and yet noticing. So
Imagine if all kids kind of attached to their angels, which they all do as a young child, but that it didn't get switched off, that they learned to
right,
carry it with them. Imagine
right.
the accomplishment that they
Yes,
would have in life. They wouldn't have to go through the Grand Canyons. They may have potholes, but not Grand Canyons, all right?
right.
And they would know how to ask the angels for direction or for help,
Mhm.
or it's okay to have a bad day. We all have them. We're not meant to be happy all the time, but sometimes in
Right,
that bad day, it's like the angels are just giving you a loving hug today. You don't have to be
right,
joyous if you don't feel like it. Here's some
right.
warmth and some love. And if we allowed our children to carry that with them
Yes.
forward in life. I think, I produced a book called Our Forgotten Children series, and it's actually one that had I known about you, I'd loved you to have been a part of it, but there's book two next year, Our Forgotten Children series. And it's a 15 authors and they're contributing what's wrong with the system right now in the raising of our children. And what's wrong is that we're not allowing them to be the beautiful light that they are. We
Yes.
try to get them to conform. You must do it this way, and we're minimizing and minimizing them, and they become lost souls and
Right.
broken-hearted and dysfunctional adults. And so, keeping
Yeah.
that light alive and having that they're always traveling with angels of spirit, whatever they wish to call it, as always their companion and their compass.
Right.
Is something that then we would have these beautiful adults and created that would take humanity to the next level.
Right. And guardian angels, especially, we are each assigned, at
Yes.
least one guardian angel. They're
Mm.
always that, I mean, their role is to be with you 24/7,
Yeah.
uh, beginning to end.
Yeah.
And so we don't even have to call outside. That's
Yes.
the angel, that's the divine within us, that is always there to help and support us. But we need to ask as well.
Well, where this
Help me.
book is good is it's not only shows children keep the angels alive within you, but it's also telling adults why it's so important that the
Yes.
children do, but also how to ignite their own angel within inside of them again,
Right.
right? So,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
adults need it more than kids.
Oh boy,
Or
do
as
they.
much as,
Yes, and I think
not
a good
projected,
children's book that teaches it reminds the
reminds.
adult of
Yes.
the child within that it's always a
Yes.
wounded child, right? So
Right.
love and hug that beautiful child and then acknowledge that child within, and a good children's book will please the child but ignite and remind the adult, which is beautiful. So great. All of your book will be on your show page. They can all be found on Amazon.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Excellent. So the link will be there and you could go and buy them all, but certainly get that angel book and give it to a family or families and all your
Yes.
nieces, uncles, aunts, grandchildren, this, that, etc., because
Yes.
we need to keep their angel
Mm,
wings flapping, and it's essential
right.
that we do.
Yeah.
So
I put a
it's
little piece in the very back of the page that's, it's so they can put their picture there.
mhm.
And then, ask your angels, whatever you want. So it just gets to the back page and say, what do you want to ask your angels for today? And so it makes it so very personal. And that is truly the practice of,
Yeah.
what
Yes.
can you ask today? Um,
And then,
to,
as they kind of outgrow the book, which they do, and they come back to it again later and they look at the questions they ask. Oh, this is a reminder for me. I've got to make sure I ask
yes,
my angels, right? Because,
yes,
society kind of pulls us one way, and, how do we stay grounded and centered?
right,
And sometimes, that is, that reminder, you need the book again.
right. Yeah, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, and you see, you don't argue with your angels. It said you're writing this book, and that's that. This with this book, I knew
right.
it 5 years ago that it needed to be done, and then last year was it's now, and it's like, but no buts. Uh, and all the
Mhm.
people that I thought would be in the book had moved on, had done this, had done that, and instead, suddenly, I'm interviewing people all around children in some form or other. And there it
Mhm.
was, right? So it's again, they
Yes,
provided. Just get out of your way and open up to receive. So
exactly, exactly.
that's the
Yeah, letting
joys
go
of it,
of
right?
yeah, letting go of our way and it has to be this way or
Mm,
has to be
yeah.
that way. That just, yeah, let that go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just
Let-
your ego. You know, we when we realize we don't have control, that's when we are actually in control,
yes.
right?
Yeah. And we get to choose. Again, we
Yes.
get to choose.
That's where the control is our choice. But when we give up that control and just go,
Yes.
the control I have
Let,
is choice.
and let the magnificence,
Yes.
consciously be created. Let's co-create some magnificence today, big or
Yes.
small, for
Mm,
myself and those around me.
exactly. Even if it's passing on a smile,
Yes,
right? That smile
yes, yes,
begets a
yes.
smile that begets a smile. And the next thing you know, you've got 100 people smiling and they don't even know why, but they're smiling. That means they've elevated their consciousness, elevated their spirit, and it's had a
Right.
positive impact, right?
And that's what we want to ripple through. We don't want to
Yes.
be rippling through all of the
Misery and
doom and
everything.
doubt and misery that's going.
Oh,
We want to step above
yeah.
that and ripple through all of this because I mean, a smile
Yeah.
and a smile can change the whole world.
Yes. Smile and the
And
whole world smiles with you, right? Yeah.
yes,
And then, what people need to understand is that it is actually essential we step into this frequency,
yes,
this vibration. We are the we are the problem with the world, but we're also the healers. We're also,
mhm,
the love we seek, the peace we seek is from within. When we exude
yes,
it out, we become that solution. Those good
right,
vibrations start
mhm,
resonating out, and eventually more vibrations and more harmony will drown out the pain and the hate, and that loving vibration will penetrate the people that have got a crack enough in there for it to come through. But others
right.
that choose to live in that hate and misery, we can't help them until they step
Right.
forth for free will.
Right. But if the environments
All
around them,
around
if
them.
there's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
then more of that's coming through, it'll start seeping in.
Yes. Yep.
It'll change what they, might want to choose going forward because
Mm.
they're exposed to that loving environment, that joy, that fun, that peace. It's just it'd be what's more prevalent.
Yeah.
So except we just keep doing our one smile at a time
Yeah.
and thank the angels for helping us all along the way. And life is beautiful.
Be open and willing to receive, to release, to renew. And, like the Beach Boys say, those good, good, good
Good
vibrations, right?
vibration.
So,
Exactly.
let's just keep them going in any which way. If you want to sing and dance down the street and some people are looking at you crazy and other people are going, oh, I like the skip in there, maybe start doing
Exactly.
one yourself. And it's like, stop
And it makes you
worrying about what other
smile.
people thinking. You've seen the video of a guy looking at his phone on a subway and he starts laughing. And he's laughing and he's laughing, and nobody knows what he's laughing at. He's actually laughing at a blank screen. And then people are laughing at him laughing, and then people are laughing at other people laughing. And the next thing you know,
Right.
everybody's laughing,
Laughing.
right? So,
Abs-
isn't that the
One
kind of
action.
contagion we want out there?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
definitely.
Bring it on. Bring it on
Yes,
and shine brightly.
exactly. Now, your site, how do people get hold of you? What are you offering? How long does it take? And also, you have actually a free gift that you're giving away. So can you tell us all about that, please?
So my site is formed to soar. So formed to to soar.com. And because we are all formed to soar. We
Hmm.
have been created magnificently to soar, and we're not alone in
Yeah.
building that life. So that's the site that I have, and so I have services there that are it's energy healing services, but also reconnecting with the divine, helping you find your
Mm-hmm.
purpose, stepping into your brilliance. So there's kind of one-on-one things. There's some group, just really, especially for entrepreneurs, kind
Mm-hmm.
of really helping you have that divine foundation, that where God's the CEO of your business, and
Yeah.
how that would look and how that would change how you show up for your business and how your
Yes.
business
You
shows
are
up
your
for you.
business, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's different offerings from that point of view that are listed in there, more retreat like on that
Mm-hmm.
side. And then the gift that I have, it's called the Divine Dialogue. and it's got this SOAR process built in, but really it is a daily practice of of what a quick gratitude phrase,
Mm.
celebration, here's where I need help today, who can I lift up, and who can I forgive, and forgiving yourself. So it's just a really quick morning process that is literally is life changing, in the trajectory of your day, and then the next day, and the next day.
Setting your vibe for the
It's
day,
setting your
right?
vibe.
Right.
And so, and a lot of people feel like, oh, I've just got to put something out to God or the
Mm.
angels, and but who knows what's going to come back from that. This is a really personal
Hmm. Directional.
invitation to
Hmm.
connect,
Hmm.
and it is a dialogue.
Hmm.
And so it's really all about just practicing that, and learning that yes, you can have a dialogue and give and receive, and so that's what that gift is all about. It's just a beautiful, very quick process to apply, and just notice how your life changes and how you feel
Hmm.
differently, from having done that, and to use it as a powerful tool
Hmm.
moving forward in your day. It's like, oh, I'm needing to figure out how to do this piece of my business, and or how to work with this particular client. And so you can ask, you
Yes.
can you can you can ask and receive. And so a lot of it's just learning how you receive. Maybe you receive from a feeling, maybe you receive from something you hear, maybe you get signs or something that show up, maybe there's numbers.
Hmm.
So it's just, helping you be aware of all of
Right.
that.
You can feed the worry, which crunches you down and it blocks your chi, your energy from running through, and there's no creativity, no solution in it. Or you
Yep.
can be open and allow to receive. Here
Yep.
is my problem. I am open and willing to receive a solution. Show me
Yes.
how, and open up completely. And it will always, always, in some form or other, answer you. You've just got to pay
Yes.
attention to which way it's answering you, right?
Yes.
So
Yes. 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 Yep. And then
pay
a lot of these
attention.
important, yeah, pay attention. So in the form to soar, there's also if you want to talk about ideas of what's going on, there's a connect with me, click there, so we can have a conversation, get to know each other, and just, yeah, I'd love to visit with you and the listeners, and see how we can help each other create
Right.
this
See
a
where the
great life that we
synergy
want.
is. Yeah. And of course, the
Mhm.
books are all on Amazon under your name. Would you spell your surname, please, so people spell it right when they're going to Amazon?
So, F is at Frank, Lerchinger.
And
So
Susan in front of it, folks.
Susan
So,
in front.
and so all of
Yes.
her books will be in one place. And,
Yeah.
definitely there's some gifts there to yourself. Um,
Yeah.
and definitely some gifts you can give to other people. And, this, what I say about a book, it keeps on giving. Right?
Yes.
The 262, you don't have to read all of them at once. You can just go, I like to say, what do I need to know today? And just let a page
Open it up.
opens and there is
Yeah.
always something there.
Yeah.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
relevant to the day. And if we just allow that knowledge to come through, allow that wisdom to come through, then it's always, that compass that, works with a heart generator and a spirit action and a mind clarity.
Hmm.
We've just got to
Yes.
get out of our own way.
Yes. And I'll make a quick note for the Thank You Angels book. I would love to be able to sign that. So
Mhm.
I have a bunch that I have here. So, if you go to my Inform to Soar website, um, I would love it if you access it there, because then I can, I kind of put in the sign, but also a little extra
Some little
blessing
extra
too. And
energy. Yeah.
it just has a nice, great feel if so
Yeah.
feel free to order
You're
that one
passing the
just
on
directly.
energy on, definitely.
Yes,
Absolutely beautiful.
exactly.
And as I said, it's a great one. All of them are great for reminders, but the children one, it's a reminder for the adults, but for the children, it's permission. Right? It's
Yes,
permission. It's okay that you hear angels. It's okay that you ask them for help. Please do forevermore. Don't
please
let
do.
somebody else talk you out of it. Right?
Right,
So, no
right, right.
conformity.
No conformity. And I'll go real quick with the SOAR, my SOAR, the retreat piece. we aren't meant to live life alone.
No.
And so myself and my business partner Pauline, we are really all about helping you see your brilliance
Mm,
and believe that there is, the greatness in you, and it's ready to shine.
mm,
And so those retreats that we have in there, the virtual ones and the upcoming live one, it's really all about you and
mm.
getting and helping you see the amazingness that you are, and we're supporting you in that and in a solar circle, just to help you keep moving in the life that you really are meant to be here for.
There's a beautiful word I was introduced to called flawsome. And, it's like the Japanese bowl that is broken and cracked, and they put it back together with gold. I say
Mm,
that, you're going to be cracked and broken through various experiences in your life.
yes,
Put yourself back together with love,
yes,
and that love will hold that cup forevermore, right?
yes,
We've all
beautiful.
got some little flaws, but that's what makes us unique. Put ourselves back together with love.
Yeah, yeah, and those again, those unique flaws are your those are your
Yes,
pieces of the puzzle. You all
yes,
have a unique,
yeah.
and we all have just a unique place, and we get to and really need to put our place in the puzzle that lets everyone else be who they're meant to be and lets us be who we're meant to be, so that we can
We can
just
add
build
on
an
and
amazing puzzle.
expand that puzzle, right? We're all a
Yes,
piece of it. So you don't
yes,
need to see the bigger picture. Just trust where you
yep,
belong. Put yourself in
trust.
the puzzle, and the picture will be revealed as time goes by.
Yes, and step into your greatness.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we've all got greatness, folks. It's just a question of us opening up to it and asking for it to be revealed, because all it needs is that permission, and then it will come in and just start opening you up. Don't run from it. If for
Oh,
some people it might be a whew, experience, for other people maybe a trickle and a bit by bit, but do not run from it. It's just allow and really, as I say, listen, learn, and apply. What is it telling you? What is it showing you? How do you feel about it? And trust it. It's the one thing
trust
in
it.
life that you can really trust.
Trust.
Mhm.
Yes, beautiful. I'm just thinking, putting your hand on your heart and just breathing into that
Yeah,
is allowing in that
yeah.
trust without having to think anything else.
Don't think it,
It
feel it.
just lets everything sink down in there
Yeah.
and you just feel it. Um, just do that. Do that.
And you know when you know because you know,
Mhm.
right? That's it. I know.
Exactly.
Don't need to validate, verify. I just know.
No.
And when you get
Yes.
there, you feel it. Oh, it's a lovely feeling. It's a lovely
Perfectly
feeling.
said. Perfectly said. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for coming and sharing all of this. I do have folks on selfdiscoverywisdom.com mission Accepted 262, where all of the authors I've interviewed in
Mhm.
there, I think 41 or 42 now, so they can go and listen to some of the other people that are in the book as well. This is
Cool.
the reason why I participated in this book and in promoting it, is because those nuggets of wisdom, those insights, those door openers are maybe just what you need in this moment in time. And again, allow yourself to just soak it in and let it lead you where it needs to go. And so that's what it's all about, folks. Just be willing to accept, but that free will, that permission to the universe. I need help. I'm open and willing to receive.
Beautiful.
And then it will
Thank
come
you.
and help you. So, as
Yes.
I said, get out of your own
Yeah.
ego or way or
Mhm.
fear, because boy, is it going to take you on a different trajectory. So,
So grateful that all that you do and share and provide for
right
us
back
and
at you,
the
darling,
world
right back
around.
at you. This is what we're here to do. This is my platform, is to bring
Mhm.
people like you to the world, those seekers, so they may find that someone that they resonate with that can help them on their journey of life. That's what it's all about. We've all got a calling, we've all got a purpose. This is mine,
Exactly.
this is yours. And your purpose, listener, is to open up, ignite your heart and soul, and become. Just simply become. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much, Susan. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you,
Don't
Sarah.
forget to go to Amazon and order her books, and make sure you get that angel one for the kids, because boy, do we need, even donate it to your school, a community
Yes.
center, anything, because this book
Hmm.
needs to be in there. If you've got young kids with a teacher, give it to the teacher. Um,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
it's all about that awareness. We've become so narrow because of what society is telling us to do. We need to break that barrier and open up, because that's when we truly receive the truth and the reason why we're here. So until next time, folks, may you all open your heart and your soul and be willing to receive. And bye for now.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.